Hello, this is Roland. Welcome. Glad to be able to make a little recording today. The sun is shining and I'm not working. And so I want to talk about something very, very important. I suspect that the work that I'm doing now, my radio programs, and what I have to say in my audio and my video is very good. It's more to the point now than it was years ago. And so I want to encourage you to listen perhaps to my radio programs. They're easy to find. You just go to my website, sheddingshackles.com, and look for where it says Listen Now. Click on Listen Now and you see all the radio programs. The recent ones that I've done over the past 3-4 months are just excellent. You need to hear something with truth in it. Now, what I always talk about is meditation, because you have to find a way of relating to everything differently than you do now. Because now, if you're like most people, you spend your whole life lost in some level of hypnotic trance. It's indetectable. You can't tell that you're in a trance, but you are. The only way that you know that you're in a trance is because you do things that are dumb or don't make any sense. The only way that you can tell that you're in a trance right now is because you do things that don't make any sense. You eat too much or you eat the wrong things. You smoke or drink or smoke marijuana or take drugs. You argue with your partner. You yell at your kids. You make dumb moves. You buy the wrong thing. How many times have you bought the wrong thing? You bought something you shouldn't have bought. When you knew it, you sort of suspected it wasn't what you really needed, but you bought it anyway. Why did you buy it? Then afterwards, see, when a little bit of reality comes back, you can see that you made a mistake. You wonder what you did that for. Well, your whole life is that way. I never forget, I was teaching a class about safe driving. And a lady in there, she said, I drive too fast. Everyone says that I do. And I see that I do, but I can't stop myself. She's in some kind of a trance. I wish I could see her again. If I could see her again, I might be able to help her more than I did then. Don't think I helped her then. Now I could help her. She needs to wake up. So how can she? So she sort of knows that she's driving too fast. Everybody tells her that she's driving too fast, but she drives too fast anyway. Why? A long time ago, when she was a little child, probably her dad was driving that way, or her mom, or her former boyfriend or husband or someone. And there was some kind of an emotional scene, something that caused her to be imprinted by that. And now it's like post-hypnotic suggestion. It's a post-hypnotic suggestion. Somehow the suggestion got inside, and now she does that and she can't stop herself. But she can stop herself. But the way to stop yourself is to wake up. Here's an analogy. If you're having a bad dream, you're being chased by monsters and you're screaming in your dream. You may even be screaming in your bed, You know how sometimes people go when they're asleep. What's the solution? To wake up. The solution is to wake up. That's the solution. You're riding the bus. Let's say you're riding on a bus or a streetcar or something, and you've got your iPhone in your back pocket. And a pickpocket is coming along who wants to take it. And he probably will. They're very good, And so how do you protect yourself from that? Well, maybe you shouldn't have your iPhone in your back pocket, but the thing is, if you're awake, you become aware. Instead of being lost in your listening to music with your earbuds or headphones, or instead of daydreaming about something that happened or something you want to do, if you're very aware, the pickpocket sees that you're aware and goes on to bother somebody else. So there's something about being aware, something about being awake. Just wake up. What was the solution for Sleeping Beauty? Well, she needed to be kissed by the prince to awaken. See? So now you must wake up. So how do you do that? How do you wake up? Well, first of all, you have to want to wake up. See, most of us make so many mistakes in our See, we're hypnotized. We can't help it. When you were a little child, you were made emotional. That's one way. So that's part of it. And then being a good visualizer. See, I was watching a professional hypnotist on stage the other day. I was watching a YouTube video, very good. His name is Anthony Gailey, incidentally. He's very good. If you want to see how people can be made to do dumb things, foolish things, very easily, then you will be able to see that if that can be done on stage, then it can happen in real life. See? Which it does. So, a whole nation can be hypnotized. Look at Hitler, Germany. The whole nation came under the spell. See? A crowd. You've seen crowds. How many of you are afraid of crowds? Big crowds. A lot of people are afraid of crowds, with good reason. Crowds can come under a wrong spirit, the spell of whoever's in charge, some rabble-rouser. How about groups? How about a group of 4 teenagers out driving late at night? And then doing something really, really dumb. Egging each other, egging the driver on to do something dumb. That's often what's not said, see. They don't tell you that. But they egged him on. Come on, go over that hill, get some air, get up in the air, go, you can do it, go on, 100 miles an hour. They egg him on. Or they may not even egg him on, it's just a spirit of something in the air, and he does dumb things. Not to mention just being distracted. But I don't need to go into all the details. You see it all around you. But what you need to do is to see how it applies to you. You see other people messing up. Why is she going out with that guy? He's no good for her. You try to tell her, that guy's no good. She won't listen. How about you? What about all things you do? Do you eat too much, drink too much, work too much? Do you get angry too much? Do you get tense too much? Do you get stressed out too much? See? Well, so what's going on? So anyway, he said that the people that he brings up stage, he brings the ones on stage that are good subjects. You don't want to bring somebody up there that's very aware and not hypnotizable. You want a good subject. So he said the good subjects are good visualizers. So that's what you are. You're a good visualizer. But don't be proud of it, because it means you're in a trance. All someone has to do is talk and paint, and you start to paint a word picture in your mind of what they're talking about, and you're already partially they're in control of your subconscious mind. So what's the solution? Wake up. You get it? That's the solution. Wake up. Like the young lady that's going out with the guy that's no good. All of a sudden, she discovers a phone number on his phone of some other woman, or a picture of some other woman, or someone calls and his phone is there and she answers it for him and it's some other woman or something. And all of a sudden, she realizes, now that's the wake-up call. They call that the morning after the night before. It's a wake-up call. But you don't want to wait for a big wake-up call. You know, a big wake-up call, a betrayal, losing all your money, losing your health. See, having a heart attack from working too much, or being stressed out all the time, or screaming or fighting with your partner all the time, and then they want a divorce. You don't want a big wake-up call. You want to wake up nicely. See, nicely with the guidance of someone who loves you, that would never take advantage. and wants you to be awake. Instead of most people want you to be asleep. They don't want you to. They don't want you to know what they're up to. They pretend. They're pretentious. They hide. See. But if you could wake up in the hands of someone who loves you, has your best interests at heart, and who wants you to be yourself and to have joy return. See. Because along with this hypnotic trance, once something gets a hold of takes control of your subconscious mind, of your imagination, that's easy for you to understand, right? Take control of your imagination and your emotions. If anybody can make you feel any emotion, they're already in charge of your body. They are in charge of your body. Just think about that. Just take this one little thing I just said, and just go about your daily activities. And every time you feel a little bit of emotion, a little bit of irritation, a little bit of upset, a little bit of anger, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of anything, they or it, see, by transference, it can be transferred from a person to a thing. It or they are in charge of your body. They are in control of your body. So what's the answer? Wake up. That's the answer. Wake up. Wake up. Like I said, in the hands of someone who wants you to wake up. The good prince who wants you to wake up from your doom and gloom and your nightmares and daymares and darkness that troubles you. Wake up. And from your mistakes. Well, the meditation, the very simple meditation, proper meditation, not any meditation, not more visualization. That's the hypnosis again. Not more feelings. That's not more escape. Thinking you're floating on a river with white swans around you and the wind in the trees and those type of things, those type of meditations or visualizations. See, more hypnosis, more unreality. See, no. Something very simple and proper that wakes you up to the inner light from God, which is intuition. It's a gift. You were born with it when you were a little child. You were actually closer to God at that when you were born than at any time since. When you were a little child, you were close to God. And you had your intuition. You could just see things and know things. Some people use their intuition. People like Albert Einstein, Beethoven, Isaac Newton, Stephen Jobs, use their intuition. And to the extent that you follow your intuition, what do they say? Trust your gut, trust your instincts. Intuition is what you wordlessly know. You can also call it common sense. And it becomes inspiration if you want to know the truth. People like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Paul, John, through what they know in their heart. That's how God communicates with a human being, from within. You just see. Okay? Some people say, come on, let's go do this, let's get in the car and let's go out until midnight and do this, and something holds you back. You just see that it's not wise. Something restrains you. That's your intuition. It's the inner light from God who loves you. See? You need to be able to find that. It's very simple. You must learn to be still, to sit quietly, and to experience reality. And it's a very, very simple thing to do. The meditation helps you to do that. Okay?